down for 10 seconds in his final title match in a last...
Holy smokes, WWE Universe. The air was electric with disbelief and awe as Roman Reigns stormed back onto Raw in a jaw-dropping moment that no one saw coming. But this wasn't just the tribal chief returning to his throne. He brought a brand new Shield with him, and what they unleashed on Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman will leave you utterly speechless. This is must-see TV. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button now to stay locked into this explosive storyline. A triumphant return. The tribal chief emerges with two mysterious allies. The arena erupted into chaos and excitement as Roman Reigns made his triumphant return, but he wasn't alone. In the dim glow of the ramp lights, three imposing figures emerged clad head to toe in black tactical gear, their faces obscured behind the iconic shield masks, symbols of both unity and ruthless dominance. The crowd's anticipation skyrocketed. Their target? None other than Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, and his cunning new manipulator, Paul Heyman. The atmosphere grew thick with tension as the reimagined Shield stood united once again. But this time, with a darker, more menacing presence that sent chills through every fan in attendance. The fallout from Money in the Bank. A WWE landscape shaken. Since Seth Rollins' controversial Money in the Bank victory, masterminded by Paul Heyman's new faction, the WWE landscape felt unbalanced, as if the scales had tipped dangerously in favor of chaos and manipulation. Roman Reigns' absence had left a vacuum that many tried to exploit. But Roman's disappearance was no retreat. It was a strategic regrouping, a gathering of power behind the scenes. Now, with two powerful and mysterious allies at his side, the tribal chief has returned with one goal: to reclaim his throne and settle the score with the man who once betrayed him. The burning question on everyone's mind: who hides behind those ominous masks? Darkness falls. The arena goes black. During Rollins' arrogant speech, as Seth Rollins arrogantly basked in his Money in the Bank victory, the arena suddenly plunged into complete darkness, silencing the crowd in an instant. The seconds dragged on like an eternity. Then, when the lights flickered back on, the familiar yet haunting chords of the Shield's theme music blasted through the speakers. But this wasn't the Shield anthem fans knew. The music had been twisted into a darker, more menacing tone, perfectly matching the ominous presence now descending on Raw. Roman Reigns stood tall at the top of the ramp, flanked by two towering figures cloaked in black tactical gear. Their movements were precise and deadly as they stormed the ring with the purpose of predators closing in on their prey. The new Shield strikes: precision, power, and brutality. Unleashed. Inside the ring, Paul Heyman's face drained of color. Fear overtaking the usually composed Wiseman. Seth Rollins attempted to mount a defense, but it was hopeless. The new Shield members moved with terrifying precision, dismantling Heyman's faction with brutal efficiency. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed were taken out with savage, calculated strikes, each move designed to send a clear message. The old order was finished. Roman Reigns seized the moment, grabbing Rollins by the throat with a fierce grip, lifting the Money in the Bank briefcase high for all to see, then slamming it down hard on Rollins' chest. "You should have cashed in while you had the chance," Roman growled, his voice dripping with menace and finality. Masks removed. The revelation sends shockwaves through WWE. Then came the moment that shook the WWE Universe to its core. The mysterious allies removed their masks, revealing two powerhouse stars with personal vendettas against Heyman's faction, names that sent shockwaves through fans worldwide. Roman's new Shield was no longer a shadowy mystery. These were fighters with a score to settle, a mission to execute, and an unbreakable loyalty to the tribal chief. Heyman's worst nightmare: the Wiseman visibly shaken. Paul Heyman, normally the master manipulator, was visibly shaken. A rare crack in his facade as he realized his faction may have just met its match. This wasn't just a faction. This was an upgraded Shield. Fierce, unified, and hungry for retribution. Seth Rollins, once the cunning architect who thought he had the upper hand, now found himself on the receiving end of a merciless, united front. Backstage reactions. Bloodline implications and silent observers. Backstage, the stakes couldn't be higher. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu were spotted watching from the shadows, their expressions unreadable and inscrutable. The Bloodline's complex web of alliances and betrayals now hung in a precarious balance, with loyalties tested and futures uncertain. The most chilling moment? Roman Reigns didn't lay a finger on Paul Heyman. Instead, with cold and unwavering resolve, he simply pointed at the Wiseman and declared, "Your time is coming. A new chapter begins." Roman Reigns rewrites the rules of engagement. Roman Reigns didn't just return to Raw, he rewrote the rules of engagement in WWE. His new Shield brothers stand ready to unleash chaos and domination like never before. This is a reckoning for Seth Rollins, a declaration of war on Paul Heyman's faction, and the dawn of an era where the tribal chief's word is law. The WWE Universe is left to wonder. Who exactly are Roman's new Shield brothers? Will Seth Rollins survive this brutal onslaught? And is Paul Heyman's faction already doomed to collapse? Call to action. Join the conversation and stay connected. Sound off below and let us know your thoughts. Smash that like button and subscribe, because the war is just getting started. Turn on notifications to catch every explosive moment, because the Shield's revenge is only beginning, and WWE will never be the same.